President Kamala Harris breaking from tradition and skipping the historic Al Smith charity dinner in New York to campaign in swing states instead. The gala, benefiting Catholic charities, is an event that both presidential candidates typically attend. President Trump saying he will be there, using the moment to take aim at the vice president on Truth Social, saying her decision is, quote, sad but not surprising. Joining me now is political commentator and host of So What on YouTube, Chris Cillizza. Chris, good morning to you. Are you Catholic? You know, I'm trying to gauge how big of a mistake or snub this is for the Catholic community.
So raised in Connecticut, my mom goes to church every day. I am Catholic. How big a deal is it? Let me say this first, Markie, because I think it's important to sort of establish the context. The Catholic vote is very much a swing vote by, registration. It's sort of 48% Democratic, 47% Republican. It's very sort of evenly split and has been for a while now.
Okay.
In 2020, Joe Biden, who was only the fourth Catholic to ever be elected president, won the Catholic vote by 5 points over Donald Trump. In 2016, Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton by 8 points in the Catholic vote. So it is a little bit of a swing constituency. The thing I don't know is, and I'm a little bit skeptical of, to be candid, is does one dinner, even a high-profile dinner, make Catholic voters say, how dare she? I'm not voting for it. That seems a little much to me, but...
Yeah, and this is the Catholic voters, it's 27% of the electorate, Chris. It's a huge chunk of American voters. Do you think they actually look to this dinner in particular to make their decision, to see what both of these candidates usually say?
I do not. And I'll tell you, I'll give you my own experience, Markie. So I was not political at all growing up until I was, 24, 25, and I started working in political journalism.
What went wrong, Chris? What went wrong?
I know, exactly. And there was not one time that my parents or I knew of, and I grew up in Connecticut, right? So I was near the Al Smith dinner. It's not like I grew up on the West Coast. There is not one time that my parents or I was like, wonder if they're going to speak at the Al Smith dinner. I mean, it's a big, high-profile event. I think she doesn't really want to be there with Donald Trump. I was remembering in 2016, it's supposed to be fun, by the way, for people. It's kind of like a roast.
A roasting, yes.
A friendly roast. And in 2016, Donald Trump, I remember, went after Hillary Clinton very aggressively, like not fun at all. So my guess is the Harris people know about that and don't want a repeat of that and figure, why would we sort of expose her to that? Let's just put her in a swing state.
But could also, she could show a lot of personality too, for younger voters, undecided voters. Yeah.
But remember, Markie, what is sort of I think, the defining character of the Harris campaign? It's carefulness bordering on too careful, I would say, right? She's done still a very limited number of media interviews. She has not done a press conference since she became the Democratic nominee for president. So they are limiting her public, unscripted appearances, I should say. Now, she did do the debate on September 10th, and she's pushing for another debate, so give her credit for that. But I think they just don't think this is her best format. Okay. They don't really want her with Trump in that room. It's sort of unpredictable, and I think they figure the downside is not that down, is my guess.
Yeah, I know her team came forward, says she won't be there. She's trying to maximize her time in battleground states in this final stretch. But really interesting. Okay, Chris Cillizza, thank you for joining me, as always. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.